Hiroshi, Wings of Destiny, The Tale of Hiroshi the Russet Sparrow.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, the wise and venerable emperor of Tsubasa, Emperor Fukuro, had a vision to unite the birds of the nation, inspire them to reach new heights, and explore the unknown. To achieve this, he devised a contest to find the bravest bird, a challenge that would resonate through the ages. The emperor had always been fascinated by the world beyond the treetops and the boundless skies that stretched above. His keen insights and sharp intellect earned him the respect of all the creatures in the land. The contest was a grand idea that captured the imagination of birds from every corner of the land. Every year birds of all kinds, from the majestic red-crowned cranes to the humble sparrows, gathered to prove their mettle. It was an event of great anticipation, and each bird believed that courage, perseverance, and the spirit of adventure were the keys to success.
In a quaint little hamlet, called Sakura Village, nestled on the edge of a dense forest, where the most magnificent cherry blossoms bloomed each spring, there lived a russet sparrow named Hiroshi. Hiroshi was an ordinary sparrow with extraordinary dreams. When he was a young russet sparrow, Hiroshi had always admired the brave red-crowned cranes that flew high in the sky, their elegant wings gracefully cutting through the air. They were all attempting the long and treacherous journey to see if they were the bravest bird, but none prevailed. He would often watch them, their black and white plumage contrasting the azure heavens. The crane's freedom and beauty fascinated him, and he longed for such a life among the clouds.
Hiroshi had a dear friend, a humble thrush named Kiko. Hiroshi and Kiko were inseparable. Their friendship was as strong as the ancient oak trees in the forest. When they were fledglings, they shared their dreams and hopes that they too would undertake the arduous journey to the uncharted island and win the contest, thus becoming the bravest birds. Hiroshi knew that when that day came, Kiko would be by his side. Hiroshi also had a close flock of friends, a group of fellow sparrows who had been close to him. Among them were Yuki, a vibrant and lively sparrow, Taro, a wise and thoughtful bird known for his intricate songs, Ami, an adventurous sparrow with a fearless spirit, Takeshi, the protector of the group, always looking out for his friends, and Mei, a gentle and compassionate sparrow who brought warmth to the flock. After months of training, and when they finally came of age, Hiroshi, Kiko, and their flock of friends prepared for the journey. They gathered feathers from every bird in the village, seeking their wisdom and strength. They listened to stories of daring explorers, of endless skies and unknown horizons. Some of the birds that attempted the trip never made it. Some birds laughed at the young sparrows' wild notions, saying that they would never make it. The night before the contest, they met with the bird that had made it the farthest, the crane Tancho. He was old now and shared with them words of advice and strategies on how he believed that Hiroshi would be able to make it.
The day of departure arrived, and the village gathered to bid Hiroshi, Kiko, and the flock farewell. As they took to the skies, the wind rustled through their plumage. They flew higher and higher, past the forest, over the rolling hills, and finally, they could see the vast expanse of the ocean stretching out below them. The journey was more challenging than they had ever imagined. The sea was unforgiving, its waves tossing them about like mere leaves. The winds were grueling and harsh. Storms raged some days, and many nights they went without rest, as there was no land in sight. Here and there they found respite in a small islands or floating branches and trees. Days turned into weeks, but their determination never wavered. The sun scorched them, and the nights were bitterly cold, but they pressed on, guided by the faint hope of reaching the mysterious island.
One fateful day, as Hiroshi, Kiko, and their flock's strength was waning, they spotted land in the distance. They had finally reached the unknown island. Their hearts swelled with pride as they descended onto its shores, becoming the first birds of Tsubasa to ever set foot here. The island was a paradise of vibrant colors and lush vegetation. Hiroshi, Kiko, and their flock explored every inch of it, discovering rare fruits, dazzling flowers, and animals they had never seen before. They felt like true explorers, reveling in the glory of their accomplishment. However, as they delved deeper into the island's mysteries, they encountered a family of native island birds who were not as welcoming as they had hoped. The island birds were territorial and saw Hiroshi, Kiko, and their flock as intruders. They found it challenging to coexist with the newcomers, and tensions between the two groups grew.
As the days flew by, it became clear that the island birds' hostility would not wane. Hiroshi, Kiko, and their flock decided it was best to part ways to avoid conflict. Hiroshi was the strongest among them, physically and emotionally, and thus had the most strength left. He had proven his resilience and leadership throughout the journey. The others were unable to return, not because they didn't want to, but because they were physically and emotionally exhausted and unable. They believed Hiroshi's return would be the best chance for a peaceful resolution and a way back to their village. So, they agreed that he should be the first to try and return to their village. The flock hoped that Hiroshi's return could pave the way for a more peaceful coexistence on the island, allowing his friends to eventually return home. Hiroshi said his tearful goodbyes to Kiko and their flock of friends, and with a heavy heart, he took flight for the Empire and Sakura village, leaving his beloved friends behind on the island. Hiroshi's journey back was filled with challenges, but he was determined to return home and share the incredible story of the island, his friends, and the adventures they had shared. Finally, after many trials and tribulations, Hiroshi made it back to his village.
He told his story to the villagers, and they listened in awe. Hiroshi's name became a legend, as a symbol of the endless spirit to persevere, explore, dream, and seek the extraordinary.
The Russet Sparrow who ventured into the great unknown and found his own way back home became a cherished figure in the village's history, forever remembered for his courage and the bond he shared with his friends. Emperor Fukuro venerated him as the bravest bird in the whole empire. However, the fate of Kiko, and the rest of Hiroshi's flock of friends on the island remained a mystery, leaving a bittersweet ending to his remarkable tale.
So remember, every time you see a red-crowned crane flying overhead, think of Hiroshi and his flock of friends, who chased their dreams no matter what, and lived in the pursuit of horizons beyond.